Hello boys and girls, James here. You find me manning the border and approving citizens for entry into the fictional state of something like that. In papers, please. It's finally arrived on iOS. It's been out on PC for like a year or something and making everyone feel really, really bad in the process because you play the role of a border official who must take a look at people's passports and then decide whether or not to admit them into the country. So, here's this guy's visa. He's from Antigua. These are all fictional states, incidentally. And I have to make sure that his data matches up. So I've got a few things I can do. I can check the picture against the face, for example, make sure that's right. See if the date of birth seems plausible and it matches up with all that information. I've got this little thing I can press in the lower right-hand corner. This allows me to correlate information. So I can, for example, it's got no correlation between those two things, but I can choose this face and his face. Matching data, so the system recognizes that he is actually the person he says he is, which is good. And the date of birth, let's see if we can tally that up. Let's have a look. No correlation, because I guess you can't tell just by looking at them. So he looks fairly legit. I'll get rid of this, and I'm going to say, yes, you are allowed entry into the country. Here we go. Approve the stamp. There we go. And throw it back at him. Cause no trouble. Behave yourself. The previous mission, which was the first one, I just had to make sure that the right people were from... Oh, see, look, I didn't look properly. Here you go. I've done something wrong. Protocol violated. The passport had an invalid expiration date. Warning issued, but I didn't receive any penalty. So, I didn't look hard enough because I've got to remember that it's not 2014. It's 1982, November the 11th or 12th. So I've messed it up already. Here we go. So, expiry date 1984, so she's fine for that. Her date of birth makes sense. Her visual, she's got a slightly different hairstyle, but it's definitely her still. I'm going to make sure that that matches up with the right kind of passport. So if I look back here... where's the rulebook? There it is. I'll drag it off of here. So here's the rulebook that shows you all the different countries and which passport belongs to which country. So... Antigua, that's the right one, I think. Let's have a check, make sure the front match up. Oh, no, that doesn't match up. Look. It's this one. Arstotzka, which is our entry visa. So that tallies up nicely. East Grenetsin issuing cities, that matches up. Yep, I think she's good. I don't think I made a mistake this time. Let's see. I approve your passport and on your way. Glory to Arstotzka. It hasn't shouted at me yet. That's a good sign. So this is the game. It gets more complicated as you go through. You have to look for more specific information. But the actual idea behind it, from what I understand, is to show you kind of how unpleasant and awkward a situation it is to be a person controlling this kind of stuff. And if you don't do the right thing, or if you don't let in too many people or too few people, you start to suffer for it. You start to lose food, for example, from your family, and suddenly you can't feed your kids and wife anymore. So it starts to get really, really cruel, and it really is, in a weird way, a game about making yourself feel bad, but in a kind of cool way. I think she looks pretty good. I can't see anything wrong with any of this information. I can't. See, it says no correlation because they don't relate to each other, but I'll just check the face, for example. Make sure the computer recognizes it is her, matching data, no problem. Artotska, alright. I'm going to say yes for you, approved. And again, winging at your face. This actually works very well on a touchscreen. I know it was a PC game prior to that, but all this like putting your finger on and dragging the passport around and physically flinging it or handing it back to the person, it's brilliant. It's an absolutely perfect format for it. I'm kind of glad I waited to play it on here because I figured it would turn up sooner or later. Right, here's a new one from Republia. Let's have a look at the passport listings. Here we go. So that's Republia. Diplomatic seals are those two. This seems to tally up, even though it looks a little bit sketchy. Issued by Lesrandi, that matches up. Date of birth, 1944, that's okay. And it looks like the same person. And the issuing date, it has not expired. So I think we're good. Oh, no, wait. Sex. They've got the sex wrong. Look. It says female. That's not a female, is it? Discrepancy detected. Interrogate the witness. Your passport says you are female. As the document says. Really? Yeah, I call shenanigans on you. Denied. Get out of here. Was that right or wrong? Let's find out. yeah, I haven't been told off. That was totally right. So there you go. The highs and lows of being a border control officer. I'd really suggest giving this one a look because it is mad clever. It's out on Friday, so I think it'll be today the video's going up. I think it's tomorrow, not sure. But Friday the 12th of December, it'll be available to download. The reviews have been so good for it. What is this? Did I just get bribed? Yeah, the reviews have been awesome for it. If you haven't had a chance to play it up until now, I severely suggest you give it a look. Papers, Please, out on iOS, iPhone, and iPad. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. This has been James with appspy.com. We review, you decide.